The story of the Magi today tell of three traveling a long, long distance, far away, traveling on that road to Bethlehem so that they could seek and find the one who was promised, the Messiah, the Christ, the one in which God became flesh and lived among us. Heaven come down to earth. And as you heard in the story, everything was realized for them. But we know in our own lives that not all roads lead to heaven. We know that from experience. We know from our own experience in our families, within our community, within our nation, and in the world. Not all roads, not all ways of life lead to heaven. And so Christmas reminds us that there is not one means that God will not use to help us to get there, to experience the reality of God in our daily life, to be able to experience a little glimpse of heaven on earth. That's true for all of us here, everyone who is here in church. It is true for the mother in Syria or in Iraq. It is true for the farmer in El Salvador and in the mountains. It is true for a boy playing soccer in the village of Nairobi. That somehow, no matter where we are in this world, God will pursue you. God will pursue you. And the question today is, how is God pursuing you at this moment in your life? And it's not that God's will, it is God's will, that none of us will ever be lost. And we heard that in the reading from St. Paul. There is no one who is excluded from God's love. There is no one who is excluded from God's mercy. There is no one who is excluded from the forgiveness of God. And the Epiphany reminds us of that. Is that the love of God, the forgiveness of God, and the mercy of God is opened up to all, even all of the Gentiles, those who were the non-believers. God will continue to pursue. How? How will that happen? We don't know. We really don't know. When? We really don't know. But sometimes, we, church, community, somehow we got to remember that we need to get out of the way, because sometimes we get in the way of God working in our lives. We don't mean to do that, but we do. And so the Feast of the Epiphany, today, we pray that we will get out of the way and let God accomplish the salvation for which the world longs. We pray for insight. We pray for wisdom. We pray for love. We pray for all of those things that will transform the way we see things, even the way we might see a star, because that star may be leading us on an unknown path. It may transform the way we hear things. It may transform the way we do things. But most of all, we pray that all people might somehow seek the face of God with the same intensity. Seek the face of God with the same intensity the same ingenuity, and the same creativity that God seeks us.